Social Security is in trouble and its problems will only get worse.
And yet the last time that we actually addressed this issue actuarially was in 1983. Ronald Reagan was president, Tip O'Neill was Speaker of the House. And they made the adjustments that were necessary that would extend the life of Social Security.
All right, of course, he was referring to the so-called Grace Commission. Peter Grace was the author of that, working very closely with the Reagan administration to come up with ideas and patches to fix Social Security, which at the time was on the verge of going insolvent. Whatever they put in place, including higher taxes and dealing with an aging population, all of that might have come to pass here. I want to stress, this is not a crisis yet, but it could be. What they're saying is the Social Security Trust Fund will likely be depleted by 2034. So it has enough money right now to deal with whatever monies are handed out through then, and even after that time. But again, it becomes a little bit like looking for coins under couch cushions after that. The Committee for Responsible Federal Budget, Senior VP Marc Goldwein. Marc, how big a deal is this? Because I notice in conjunction with that, we get news that the Medicare Hospital Insurance Fund will be depleted even sooner, by 2026. What's going on?
Well, what's going on is that we're in trouble as a nation. 2034 may seem very far out, but it's actually quite close. This is a retirement program, if you think about it, and it's only a few years away.
So what happened? I mean, I knew when they started raising taxes, and that was part of the effort here to shore up the money coming in and the revenues coming in and proverbial lockboxes and everything else. Are the lockboxes gone? Someone sealed the key? What happened?
What happened is we fixed the program in 1983, and that bought us 50 years, but now our 50 years is almost up. And we didn't do anything. You know, we've known since the early 1990s the program was out of balance, and we haven't done anything in the last 20 years to try to bring it back into shape.
Now, among those things we can do is recognize the fact that Americans are living longer. Now, a lot of people get concerned about that and say, well, wait a minute, why are you doing this to me? You can grandfather these age changes in, as they did back during the time of Ronald Reagan. What are some basic things that could be done similar to what was done back in 82 and 83?
Well, look, we're living longer, so raising the retirement age, I think, is a smart idea, but that's not going to get it all done. We're also going to have to make some changes to the benefit formula. We can do those progressively, and we're probably going to have to bring in new tax revenue. We're really past the point where either side can have their entire solution. For example, scrapping the cap, that wouldn't fix it all. Price indexing benefits, that wouldn't fix it all. We're probably going to need some kind of combination.
You know, Democrats typically say scrap the cap, because all of a sudden then, people who, cap out at their contributions wouldn't. And it does the trick for Medicare. It'll do the trick for this. What do you make of that? And others say that's a painless way to do it. You say that isn't good enough, that wouldn't help.
Yeah, it would help. It's definitely not painless. It would help, but it's just not enough. Scrapping the cap would get us about 8 years of surpluses and maybe 30 or 40 years of solvency, but then we'd be right back here again. So if we're going to increase that cap, we need to combine increases of the cap with some reductions in the future growth of benefits.
The other idea that's been bandied about is make means tested, so that if you're wealthy, you shouldn't get it. Now, a lot of people come back and write me, email me. I'm sure I'll get that for even raising this now. I poured a lot of money into this over the course of my career, and you just can't, take the rug out from under me, no matter how wealthy you think I am.
Well, look, there's only a finite amount of benefits. So either we need to raise people's taxes, we need to cut their benefits, or a mix. And this is a government program, and it's focused on helping seniors stay out of poverty. And so I do think it makes sense to at least slow the growth of benefits for the very highest earners. But I want to emphasize again how close this problem is to insolvency. On our website, crfp.org, we have a tool where you can check. And I looked you up, Neil. You'll be 76 years old when the program is insolvent. And you're going to get a 22% benefit out of that point. We just can't keep delaying this.
I really wish you hadn't done that, but I'm very grateful you did. But it is ridiculous. This is fixable. It's not, rocket science. But do you think part of the problem, real quickly, is that we built into this as a sole means of survival in our retirement years, when it was supposed to be part of a three-legged stool when it was first brought up by FDR, that along with pensions and savings, that would provide for our older years. What happened?
I think there's this myth that Social Security is somehow sacrosanct. But the truth is, most people are saving for retirement in other forms, and we need to encourage more of that.
I think you're right. Marc Goldwein, thank you very, very much. Good seeing you.
Thank you.